Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's matchup up here in Chicago, Illinois, with about a 15-mile-per-hour wind and a high of 66 degrees. Salette Academy varsity will be playing against the Chicago Lions varsity. I'm Elijah Hall, and I'm here with Malachi Martin. How are you today, Malachi?
Well, it's a little bit colder than it was at the Midwest tournament last weekend, but other than that, it's actually pretty nice. It's intermittently cloudy and very sunny, so that's it's a little bit strange, but it's definitely nice. It is a little bit windy, so that'll play into the game, and it's a little bit more chilly than I thought it was going to be. So, but all things considered, it is actually a very nice day for playing rugby in this pretty amazing facility. The very nice turf. It's actually it is a very nice facility. The Lions for Hope rugby field.
This field was donated by J. Tyke Nolman, who also donated the La Salette rugby fields. So it's the same person. Tyke Nolman was actually the president of the Chicago Lions back in the day. And he also, whenever he heard of La Salette, he also helped out there. He's just been helping out with multiple different rugby programs throughout the nation, and we're very grateful for his support.
Yeah, back in the day, he was actually the captain of the men's rugby club, and then unfortunately, Tyke Nolman passed away in 2015. So he is definitely, we all hold a great gratefulness for him, and we definitely remember him every time that we play on our fields or on this field that he also donated.
Amen. And we are underway. High kick received by Chicago Lions. Already a missed tackle. Number 13, Brayboy, with a good run there at the very beginning. Now they get it to Smith. Banks takes it in and gets it down. Veloso will get the penalty, not releasing. Good play there by Peter Agbaperone. Looks like Connor Hale will go for the kick to touch. Nice and high, right around the 10-meter line. Nice deep kick. Starting off this first part right away. La Salette in a good advantage area for a try.
Yeah, we started off with a missed tackle, but we made up for it by getting the poach and forcing a not releasing call. So that was definitely good. And then a good kick by Connor Hanlon right down inside the 22. And Seamus Hanlon throwing the line out. Definitely be an interesting experience.
Seamus Hanlon getting ready. Kind of wonky, probably because of the wind, and stolen. Now Lasso started on their defense, but they still have a good advantage here. So they go, Chicago Lions goes to the kick high. And kick it a touch. La Salette line out right in front of right at the 22-meter line.
Yeah, it'll be Seamus Hanlon again throwing the line out. Well, presumably he'll calculate for the wind that's blowing against him, so maybe he'll throw it a little bit closer to the La Salette side so that the wind will even it out, and then it'll hopefully we'll keep possession of it this time. And we do, with a little sneaky front lift instead of a back lift.
And they get that to the back, so they got to Marcelo Fev playing number 11 on the wing. Offload, almost stolen. And Chicago Lions secure it. Already another steal there. Sala Cruz trying to hold up. Now Lasso's back on defense. He has to make some good tackles here. Nice tackle there from Seamus Hanlon. And it's out to the backs. Tackle down number 11, Thompson. Well, that's to their 10. Kind of weaves inside, kind of gets stuck. Braden Wall has a hold of the ball. And Hodges goes down. Chuck Prada with a missed tackle, but Peter Agbaperone hangs on.
Yeah, most teams in Illinois are forward heavy, so they rely mostly on their bigger forwards to try to just smash through the defense. The Salette Lions obviously depend more upon their backs for quick play and good hands, like that one to Sam Betts. But the Lions for Hope, so the Lions that we're playing against today, they also have a very good back line. They just watching them practice, they have a lot of plays up their sleeves that they'll probably use throughout the rest of this match. So we'll definitely have to look out for that. More juking than we're used to.
No, the first scrum in the match here. La Salette has front row number 1 Seamus Halen, number 2 Peter Bat-Perone, his first time playing hooker, and number 3 Braden Wall. Second row, number 7 Wyatt Herman, number 4 Charles Prather, number 5 Kenneth Simmons, number 6 Gerard Nienaber, and number 8 we have Rylan Taw. Ball comes out the side of their scrum. Sella Cruz playing 9. For the Lions, Chicago Lions, at number 1 Gallagher, number 2 Hahn, number 3 Hilton, and wearing the number 19 jersey but playing number 4 is Washington, number 5 Berger, number 6 Dewey, number 7 Gonzalez, number 8 Harris, and the scrum half is Martinez. Ball's out, gives it to number 10. Sella Cruz immediately right after the scrum gets a tackle. Wasilla has the advantage. They get that to their backs, go for the kick. It's kind of high. Sam Betts is underneath it. Bounces a bit high right behind him. He's able to hang on to it. Tackled down by Gonzalez. So far, Lasso has been in their half this entire time. And kind of a not very good pass there from Kenny right to Peter. Can't hang on to it, and there'll be a knock on. Get another scrum to Chicago Lions.
Yeah, we've seen 2 knock-ons already in these first couple of minutes in the game. I'm not sure if it's because of the wind or if we're just trying to pass it out a little bit faster to get outside of the bigger forwards on their team, but we're definitely have to work on that. I mean, that's just that's pretty obvious. You can't knock it on.
We'll see if Salo Cruz can get that tackle right off the scrum like he did last time. They'll win it. But it's stolen. Lewis Dittman with a steal against the Charles Prather. Runs into contact. Lost less rumbling. Draw our knee neighbor. Now that's to the backs again. Gastafke, kind of a long pass out. Here's Sam Betts. Cuts back inside. Kenny Simmons. Cuts inside. Charles Prather gets picked up by the leg and gets bring down. Wyatt Herman with a nice ruck over there. Fitzpatrick to Marcelo Feva, spin move. And Lost is inside the Chicago Lions 22, but not releasing. And Hodges goes to the kick to touch. Still in. Connor Halen will receive. Sends a nice spiral kick over. Received by Brayboy. Takes it in. Missed tackle from Peter Bat-Perone. Gabe Stapke hangs on. Brings him down. Now they're out to the backs. Get to Dewey. To their 15. And it'll be knocked on the outside. Quite a few knock-ons in this first half so far.
Yeah.
First couple minutes.
On both sides. Looks like, well, actually, there have been 3 so far. 2 of them us. This last one was the Chicago Lions. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just the wind playing a big factor. It does seem like when there's more wind or when it's wet or when there's adverse conditions, that there are a lot more knock-ons. But that's to be expected. Anyways, it's our scrum. Solo Cruz waits. They set. He puts it in. Looks like they almost stole the ball from us, but we keep possession of it. Solo whips it out.
And he gets to Fitzpatrick down on the side. Looking for it, does the pass fake. Offload isn't there, but it's kicked. Connor Hanlon runs in. And the server will call it back to the knock-on. Kind of a good play there. Fitzpatrick offloaded it a bit too late. Should have probably offloaded it right as soon as he got that contact. As soon as he drew the player onto him, but tried to get somewhere. Couldn't really get it. So it'll be yet another scrum for Chicago Lions.
Looks like a pretty solid scrum. Looks like we're actually shoving them back a little bit. We're definitely lower than they are in that scrum. But they do keep the ball and they send it out and kick it in 2-touch.
That's right in the touch. Lossley goes to the quick throw. As the server calls it back.
Line judge is pointing out that it's the Salette Lions lineout. Seamus Hanlon at 1 is throwing in again. He did have a little bit of a mess up for that first one, but he definitely recalculated for the second one, and he did a pretty good job. Now he's on the other side, so he'll have to take that into account. It looks like he does. He does a pretty good job. Charles Prather taps it over to William Fitzpatrick.
Cruz to Dittman. Lefebvre.
Really turning on the afterburners.
Breaks a couple tackles. Marcel Lefebvre goes to the center of the try posts and sets one down for a try. Marcel Lefebvre decided to do some cooking with that'll be his 5th try this season.
And once again, the first try goes to La Salette, 5-0. Connor Hanlon to convert the try right in front of the uprights. Wind slightly cross, so crosswind a little bit. Yeah, it's definitely, once again, like we've said every single game, it's first one's a killer if it's not yours. So it's a good thing that Marcel saw that hole, saw the breakaway, and really turned on those afterburners. For a second there, I was scared because one of the Chicago Lions got his hand on Marcel's back. I was afraid that he was about to go down, but he put on that extra oomph of speed. It really paid off. And the conversion is good. Score now stands at 7-0 La Salette.
That run was also really good. I think the way he cut back inside, the confidence that you need there to cut back inside, knowing that he could have offloaded it, and he saw the little gap there. He knew he could take it. He turned on the speed, which he does have, and he did outrun those players, Chicago Lions players, and he calculated it perfectly, and they couldn't tackle him. When he cut back inside, a nice side step, going in right into the center of the try posts.
Yeah, it was definitely a well-executed try. We're lined up and ready to receive the ball, and the Chicago Lions are still talking amongst themselves about exactly what they want to do.
And Hodges goes to the drop kick. Nice and high, received by Dittman. Runs back inside and trucks a man. Sela Cruz to Fitzpatrick. Prather to knee neighbor. Kind of gets stopped by Banks. Wyatt Herman will get the offload and is tackled by multiple people. And Fitzpatrick goes for a little kick. It's down in the open. Chased by LaFont. And Sam Betts will go and get a nice tackle. Share with Seamus Hanlon. And La Salette will get the penalty. They're going from the side. Fitzpatrick will take it in to give it the offload to Charles Prather and support. And La Salette's back on their 10.
Ooh, an
good team
tackle.
tackle.
Braden Wall.
Braden Wall with a good run there. Charles Prather takes it in yet again. And a good ruck over from La Salette. Now they're back into the backs. Fitzpatrick. Good tackle from Brayboy. But now it's out right on top. Offload to Sam Betts, who cuts back his sides. And man, there goes some ankles. I don't think I've seen ankles obliterated like that since, well, never really. Sam Betts with a nice run. Puts it down. I think that'll be his 3rd try this season. Actually, I don't think. I know that is his 3rd try this season.
Yeah, he's almost catching up with William Fitzpatrick at 9, I believe.
Yes, sir. William Fitzpatrick is the most on the team at 9. Second most is Lewis Dittman with 5, and Marcel Lefebvre now at 5.
Yeah, I mean, Sam definitely had the skill to break that guy's ankles, but it's looking like the turf is actually a little bit slippery on the cleats, and the conversion is good because as soon as Sam placed the ball down, he tried to get up, and it did look like he slipped a little bit. So I think it has something to do with the artificial turf. But nothing against Sam. It's definitely very, very cool that the guy tasted dirt like he did.
He didn't really taste it, more like he slipped and fell on his rump. Kind of like that beautiful play from Gordon Bornos at State last year.
Those were definitely things to remember.
Starting off with a quick nice 0-14 lead. Also receiving yet again. And we'll see if Hodges makes the same mistake of kicking it to Lewis Dittman on that area of the field. Now I decided to go for a bit of a safer route. Seamus Hanlon couldn't really quite pick it up. Rolls past Sam. Now Ryland Todd will have to break quite a few tackles here if he wants to. Okay, well, Ryland Todd does his thing. Kind of side, a nice little run there from Ryland to gain those meters. Make up for the ones that they couldn't really get off the kickoff. And then Charles Prather, quick thinking, takes it down. Fitzpatrick. Offload to Marcel Lefebvre. Lefebvre cuts back inside. Turns on some speed. He just has to get past the 15. He goes back inside and he can't hang on. Marcel Lefebvre. Another try. Simply brilliant run there from Marcel Lefebvre. Only 2 phases. And Marcel Lefebvre just, man, it just has brilliant performance today. Brilliant performance.
There's a little bit of a cheeky place down there. He calm and coolly walks to the middle, spins the ball around a couple times before he places it down. A little bit cheeky. But you know what? Good for him. He completely burned those guys. Although I can't imagine that his legs feel very good. They got to be tired after those 2 friggin' long sprints. That was quite amazing.
Yeah, if Marcel Lefebvre was playing football and he had how many yards after catching the ball, man, he'd be up there to like 30, 40. The NFL coaches would be like, wow, who is this kid?
And the 3rd conversion is good. We seem to be doing a good job of planting the ball right between the uprights. Easy kick job for Connor Hanlon.
Yes, it all comes down to those nice kicks. Nice easy kicks. Those conversion points do pay off. Right now, since we have 3 tries, La Salette had 3 conversions, which is 6 points, which is basically equal to another try. So if the other team does score on the outside and misses a conversion, no matter if they score 3 or 4 times, La Salette can still be ahead.
The little things do pay off. Up to and including holding onto the ball and not knocking it on, but that's a discussion for another time.
Immediately drop kicked out. Scrum 50. Now the wind is picking up really picking up. The wind has
really picked up.
The wind has really picked up, and it is going directly in that direction in which the ball hath went.
Which means sideway across the field, a little bit of crosswind. And it'll be a La-Salette scrum. It'll be the 5th scrum of the game, only our 2nd.
Yeah, it looks like La-Salette is just those nerves at the very beginning. Just those little knock-ons. We see that with a lot of the La-Salette teams. Now it looks like he's cleaning it up.
The hooker looks like he stuck his leg up to try to steal the ball, but couldn't get it. Peter Agbap at 2 kept the ball.
Fitzpatrick punches it through a little hole. Gabe Staffke picks it up with a nice run towards the middle and places it down right out of the reach of Lofton. Another play, back-to-back, right off the bat. Willie Fitzpatrick with a nice kick there, and Hodges wasn't really able to get a hold of the ball there, kind of slipped again. Probably got some deja vu from Sam Betts earlier.
Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate that he chose that time to end up flat on his back again, but definitely good for Gabe Staffke. Only a tiny little bit of juke, laid the guy out, and then he put it down for another 5 points on the board.
Also, some fireworks going off right now as Gabe Staffke gets his first try for the season. And Connor Hanlon places it right back down the center. La-Salette up 26-0.
28-0, sorry, we've made all our conversions.
I'm sorry, 27-0.
27.
Scoreboard says 27. I don't know.
I'm not sure what math they're doing, but that's not even possible.
I'm not sure what my math I'm doing either. Okay, let's do 20. Yeah, it's 20. It should be 28.
Oh, I didn't even notice that there was a scoreboard on the field. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, 28. Yeah, that's how I was going off the entire time. I also didn't realize that there was a timer on it. Right. So we're about halfway through this first half, and La-Salette's already up 28-0. And the kick to Lewis. Lofton trying to get inside, can't really get it. Prather, nice hard hit. And a good tackle from Hilton. Fitzpatrick. Turning on some speed, finds a hole. And La-Salette's really exploiting these. Oh, no, and a nice stiff arm there. And a good tackle there from Gonzalez. What was that? Ryland Ta. Stolen by Lofton, and La-Salette goes to tackle him out, and he goes out of bounds. Good team effort there from Sam Betts and Connor Hanlon. Seamus will be throwing the line out.
All right, this is our 4th line out. We've only lost one of them since the very beginning. Seamus is doing a pretty good job, you know, for only recently having joined the varsity team as a sophomore. Goes right to Charles Prather, takes it, and we keep possession.
Gabe Staffke. Long pass out to Marcel Lefebvre. And the serve will call a forward pass on Gabriel Staffke. Ball's probably pushed a bit forward by the wind, and the wind is kind of pushing, going across the field forward in La-Salette's forward direction. So it'll kind of push the ball if you pass it out flat. So that's probably what happened when it was being strong. Now it's dying down to Tad for the moment. Probably pick up again soon. But there'll be another scrum for Chicago Lions.
We'll see if Peter can pull off Tobias McQuillan and steal it. He sticks his, almost got it, but not quite. Chicago keeps possession of it, and they whip it out.
Try to pass it out to the wing, and it goes out of bounds. Thompson couldn't quite get a hand on it. It's close, though. Good effort. There'll be a scrum to La-Salette.
All right, the scrum is right in front of us. Good front row seats. All right, they crouch, they bind, they set. Peter hooks it back. Salo gets it, whips it out to Gabe Staffke. Takes it into contact after faking to Lou Stitman. Looks like he loses it in the ruck, though. And knocks it on. So it'll be another scrum, excuse me. We had a little bit of a difficulty. Elijah lost his paper.
It's okay. The wind is a bit strong, and the water bottle that was holding it up was not strong enough for the wind. But in any case, there will be a scrum again to Chicago Lions, as Malachi hath already said. We'd also like to say, so good job here from both hookers. Haven't been any lost scrums. Both hookers have been doing well. Both Thomas Hahn, hooker for Chicago Lions, and Peter Egbat-Perron for La Salette. I think this is Peter's first time hooking in a game.
Yeah, I believe so. It looks like the Sir was just making sure that they have the break foot. That is now a law for World Rugby. The hooker has to provide a break foot until the ball enters the tunnel, just to prevent axial loading and injuries like that. So just making sure that everything's staying nice and tight and safe. Looks like we are getting a little bit lower than Chicago is, but they keep the ball.
As that Hodges kind of knocks it on, Jardine never goes to get back on it, and there will be another scrum. Now at this point in time, La Salette is probably getting kind of annoyed with all of the scrums. If there's one thing that a rugby player hates most, it is having to scrum a lot, because they just want to play, and scrums prevent you from playing, and they're a lot of work, and they're boring, and everybody's miserable and cracking jokes, and it smells bad because there's a lot of bodies and armpits.
Yeah, it's definitely not the highest point of rugby career, and it's a lot slower of play, a lot more just like straining and pushing against the other team. I mean, it is a show of strength and show of agility. Smaller guy sometimes wins. It comes out the side,
and the backs are loving this, getting a nice rest.
Looks like Gabe is having a congenial chat with Connor Hanlon and William Fitzpatrick. Oh, Marcel wants in on the fun.
In reality, it's probably a very important back talk.
Yes, they're deciding who's going to score.
Yeah.
Anyways, looks like the scrum is back up and at it. They set. Solo puts it in. Peter hooks it back.
Yep, La Salette wins. And they get the Gabe Staffke to Dittman. Dittman to Lefebvre. Lefebvre. Look for the offload there. Couldn't get it. Lofton trying to steal the ball. Marcel Lefebvre with a good job hanging on to that. Simmons. That's out Charles Prather. Good dive on there. And some good quick rucking from La Salette. Fitzpatrick. Hanlon. The Connor version. And they get to Fitzpatrick again. He tries to do some little juke moves. Guys push backwards a bit. A bit being 10 meters or so. But he gets the placement. Kenneth Simmons. Offload to Seamus Hanlon. Seamus Hanlon down the sideline. He's tackled in a touch. Inside the 22. But a good position for La Salette to be in. I don't think Chicago Lions has ever had the ball on their side of the half yet.
No, I don't think so. And I was, if I'm not mistaken, they did win the D2.
They did win the Division II national, not national championship, but state championship last year, beating CRC Berserkers by, well, I guess you could say pounding the CRC Berserkers. They also beat La Salette, and we played them by quite a bit, our D2 team. And also, as you recall, last year our varsity team lost to the Glen Ellen Ducks in the state championship by a try.
Yeah, this is the Chicago Lions' first year as a D1 varsity rugby team, so it's definitely a new experience. I hope that they're enjoying playing their brother Lions.
Kenny Simmons pops it off to Peter Egbat-Perron. A good tackle from Banks. Ball's out. Fitzpatrick cuts inside. Offload there to Braden Wall. Wall to Lefebvre. Lefebvre sends around. Gets caught up in some traffic. Lofton steals the ball along with Harris. Hodges goes for another kick. High and mighty. Received by Sam Betts. Turns on a little shifty. And Lasso will get the ball again. Here's Hanlon. Inside and a good ruck over from Gerard. Charles Prather breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, almost falls over with those long legs, but he gets to the middle and puts a try down. Now, yes, La Salette's main thing here for the offense is finding those holes in the Chicago line and exploiting them, and then getting those offloads if they need it. But especially Marcelo Fev, William Fitzpatrick, Charles Prather, as we just saw here, really using those holes, using it for their advantage. Excuse me. Now Connor Hanlon have a nice, easy kick down the middle. Stat padding right here, as Connor Hanlon was 100% one of the in the Medina game when La Salette beat Medina in the Midwest tournament 45 to 7?
I believe it was, yes.
45-7. Connor Hanlon made every single one of his conversions. I believe he was it 7, 6? It was 5 for 5, 7 for 7, something like that. But it was really good because all the tries were placed down the middle. So really good stat padding for Connor Hanlon. Nice easy kicks and good effort from the team helping their kicker out.
Yeah, and then one thing that La Salette does have over a lot of teams is discipline. I mean, as we saw over that last try when Charles Prather broke through the line, he kept going, and then all the defenders they stopped running after him. They just kind of gave up. You really can't do that. It's a bad mindset, and I mean, if you give up, they're going to score, and you're going to lose. Whereas, I mean, I'd like to think that if we were in their shoes and somebody was about to score on us, we have guys running after them, trying to stop them, even if we know that more than likely they're going to score. At least you got something. You're pushing for that. So that's definitely a plus in a La Salette's favor. That we have that discipline, and hopefully we stick with that discipline.
Kicks high, right back to Lewis Dittman. And he already finds a hole, finds some more holes, and breaks some tackles. And Lewis Dittman goes and breaks Hodges' ankles, and Hodges' ankles are just probably dead after this. And Lewis Dittman goes for coast-to-coast slam dunk. Lewis Dittman goes for what would you call that in rugby when you catch the ball out to kick off and you're running for a try?
Is there a name for that?
I don't know. Maybe utter savagery would work.
That would definitely work. Well,
pretty
pick five.
right
pick
there.
5. Maybe that would work. Pick 5.
Pick 5. Yeah,
I
pick
guess,
5.
Yeah, not really an interception. Yeah, utter savagery. We'll go with the utter savagery.
Yeah, utter savagery. Lewis Dittman with some utter savagery with that catch there, and then he broke a tackle, broke another tackle, broke another tackle. Someone missed a tackle, and then he put the stiff arm out to avoid another tackle. Very smart move there. Then he found another hole, and he took it. And then he decided to break some ankles. Well, I don't even know if there's any ankles left there to break, but he did break them, and then down the field again. But it looks like there's going to be a bit of a harder kick here for Connor. Well, at least the hardest ones today, which probably isn't that hard.
Yeah, the wind's with him. He sends it, and
Through
it's
the
good.
middle. Connor Hanlon, yet again. Some people also say that the kicker on the team usually scores the most points, and I'm beginning to believe that is true, especially with how many tries La Salette has.
He's 6 for 6 as of right now. That's 12 points that he's put up on the board. Score is, once again, 42-0, La Salette up.
That's a Marcel Lefebvre, Connor Hanlon battle. Marcel Lefebvre has 10 points so far with 2 tries. Connor Hanlon has 12 just with kicks. We'll see which one starts cooking some more. High kick, and Chicago Lions gets the ball on the first time on their side of the half. A good catch there from Gonzalez.
Yeah, that was a good high kick, too. Usually they just send it a little bit farther back. Lewis Dittman gets it, which is never good for the other team. But they made the right decision with kicking it high. They give it to the north and south man.
Banks.
They just smash it.
Get it out to the winger. Oh, not really the winger, but Hilton. And he breaks some tackles. La Salette, this is probably one of their first times I think it's Smart Hernandez. And they get it to their number 1, Gallagher. Goes down. Pass it back to Banks. Lewis Dittman. Nice tackle there. Helped out by Gerard Nienaber. Back to Hilton. Pass long. And the missed tackle there from La Salette, but Sala Cruz was on the case along with Sam Betts. And tackle down Thompson. Pass back out. Hilton. Cuts around inside. Wyatt Herman going a bit high, but he decides to swing around. Can't really get him, but Peter Egbat-Perron is there. Puts him on the ground. Hodges will do a kick. Received by Connor. Kicks it right on back. Nobody's there. Who's going? Who's going to get it? It's a race up. And the sir calls something back.
Oh, it looks like
Offsides. Lassette will get the penalty.
all right. I think we can take that. I think Connor can probably boot it fair distance down, get us quite a bit of territory.
Eamon Martin coming in for Gabe Stafke. Eamon Martin, the man with one hand. Well, at least for now, he has one hand. His other hand will become alive again sometime. Hopefully soon. We can see how he does with that boxing glove on. He has no fingers on his left hand currently. Well, I mean, he does have fingers. They're just underneath the wrap.
They're covered, but
They're covered up.
I think that's the story right there. Anyways, they kick it, get a couple meters of territory. Have another line out. Seamus Hanlon jogging up to receive the ball from Tobias McQuillan. This will be our, if I'm not mistaken, our fifth line out so far in the game. We've only lost that first one.
Seamus Hanlon looking to throw it in. Nice and high to Charles Prather. Rylan Ta. Cruz. Out to Sam on the wing. Is tackled down. Solid Cruz at the rucking over.
Ooh, Connor Hanlon plays as the scrum half, passes it out to his brother, Seamus, who then takes it into contact.
Fitzpatrick. Little kick, bounces, and goes out into touch.
And the Sir calls halftime.
Nice lead here by La Salette. Nice and early in this first half, 42-0.
Yeah, it's been pretty much La Salette ball almost the entire time, but there was near the end, as you all saw, that Chicago Lions got it very close to our try zone, and luckily we got a kick and then a penalty to, make us, give us that little bit of safety. But anyways, it's definitely been exciting. 6 tries, 6 conversions. We'll see you in a couple minutes after this halftime.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the second half of the Chicago Lions varsity versus the La Salette varsity. In the first half, we saw a lot of La Salette ball. Chicago Lions only had their the ball in the La Salette half for a little bit, and now we're gonna see the Chicago Lions kick off to La Salette yet again. But I bet they have some kicking off to La Salette PTSD now after Marcel Lefebvre, Charles Prather, and Louis Dimon with some amazing runs. Marcel Lefebvre probably has about 100 meters or so and just tries. And they kick it off to Louis Dimon again, who scored a coast-to-coast try on it before. Banks will get the tackle. Kenny Simmons runs aside, finds a hole, breaks a tackle. He's going down, throws one down, and kind of loses it though. Call for a forward pass, and it'll be a Chicago Lions scrum right in front of the 50-meter line. There's been quite a few scrums this game when it comes to all the earlier knock-ons and all the little extra mess-ups that happen. Crash by and set, and we get front row seats as we watch the Chicago Lions put their scrum in. Got to Hilton. Gets it to the 13. Bray Boy is putting up a fight, helped out by Lofton. He gets tackled down. Chicago Lions will get their ball inside again. Gets it to Banks. Charles Prather hangs on. Nice tackle. Hilton. Kind of Roundtall can't really get the tackle. Hilton breaking more tackles. Louis Dittman on the case. Brings it down, helped out by one-arm Naaman. Hodges tries a chip kick. It's bounced off the shin of a La Salette player and doesn't get any farther, really. Nancy Gonzalez. Good tackle from Ryland Ta. That's a burger.
Good tackle by Peter and Wyatt Herman.
And Lossley goes to the clear. And Peter wasn't rolling away, so Lossley couldn't get the penalty. He was kind of crushed underneath.
Marcel Lefebvre anticipates the kick, but they kick it a little bit deeper than he is, and he's not able to pop it up and keep it in. And he goes into touch right around the 5-meter line.
Very good kick there from Hodges in the second half.
Looks like there's a little bit of a confusion over subbing out for the Chicago Lions. But anyways, it'll be the Chicago Lions line out.
Thomas Hahn, hooker, throwing it in.
Now, Chicago Lions is another one of those teams that have lots of different little, tricky plays. Sometimes they'll catch it forward, sometimes they'll catch it back. It's just weird. It looks like they go for the maul.
And Chicago Lions will maul it into their try zone. It all started there with that not rolling away call from Peter Agbaperon, and then a beautiful kick from Hodges to get in the 5-meter line, and then they use their size to maul it in. And Lossley can't really hold it back.
Yeah.
But as we do see here, it's going to be a hard kick for Hodges on the outside.
Yeah, as for mistakes, what led to that, like you said, it was that not rolling away, but I'm not sure that there was very much that Peter could do about that. Sometimes you just get trapped under a guy, and you can't move, and you gotta accept the penalty. And sometimes that penalty will lead to a try, but you just got to come back and hit harder the next time.
I'm pretty sure the reason why he called, I don't think he would have called that really, but La Salette cleared over
Yeah.
And because Peter was there, it was a
Yeah.
safety thing. They didn't want him to get trampled over, so
Yeah.
that's why they called it.
So it's no no bad playing that anybody could have helped. And he misses the conversion, so the score is now 42 La Salette to 5 Chicago Lions. It looks like the Lions are beginning to make their comeback. We're seeing more of them on offense now.
Okay, rip up the Lions.
Right. So it looks like, Chicago is starting to make a comeback. You know, one try is the start of more tries. Hopefully not, but it could happen. They're going to be on offense a lot more now, I think.
Connor high kick, knocked down by the number 1, and here's Salo Cruz get the ball back. Kenny Simmons gets the offload. Makes it right past the 40-meter line, lost over retained possession.
Yeah, sorry, let me rephrase my statement there. We'll see them a lot more on offense as long as they're not knocking on the ball like that right there.
Charles Prather with the knock on. Kind of a hard offload there from Gerard Neighbor. He ran into a mountain. Big old banks. He ain't going to move anywhere in a hurry.
Yeah, he's another one of those north and south forwards where you just give them the ball, and probably the greatest way that they can help their team is just running forward, because they do have they're big guys, so it takes a couple of people to take them down, and it takes more people out of our defense. So it's valuable to have a player like that.
Takes a lot of guts too.
Yep, definitely. And they keep the ball and they pass it down their back line.
Hilton gives it to Hodges. He tries a little grubber, and it bounces in touch. Not quite good. Now here's La Salette line out. Seamus Highland. He's throwing in. And yes, it is Seamus Highland.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that. What is it? Is it Gaelic accent?
Yeah, apparently it doesn't sound very good through wires.
I think I like it.
High. And the wind blew it a bit too far that way, and the circle column not straight.
And it looks like the Chicago Lions are going to ask for a scrum. So it'll be a Chicago Lions scrum. All right, this will be the 11th scrum of the game. All right, they're taking a bit. The Sir calls crouch bind set. Pressure. Once again, La Salette's a little bit lower, but they feed it out the back actually a lot faster than they usually do.
And they get to the back line. Lofton fighting hard, and a good tackle from Marcelo Fabs. You can always count on Marcelo to make a tackle. He doesn't have very many, but that's because he's usually on the wing. But whenever someone does come up against him, he usually makes a tackle. Connor Hanlon, the kick. La Salette chases. Connor Hanlon will get his kick. And the Sir will call the penalty for something rather. Kenny Simmons gets on a breakaway down the middle and goes in for a nice easy try. Kenny Simmons turns on some speed, which only exists when he wants it to exist. And he made it exist. This reminds me of a try that he scored against Nikwa when he was back at his freshman sophomore rugby days, and he was a sophomore. He got the ball off a penalty, and he ran, and there's one person in hit between him and the try zone, and it was the 15. And I bet the 15 wished that he had never been born, as Kenny ran him over, and I mean literally, he ran him over. And he ceased to exist. And then Kenny Simmons went and scored a nice try for La Salette against Nikwa in the freshman-sophomore game. And now we see Kenny again, punching one down the middle on a breakaway.
Yeah, that's Kenny for you. Kenny has some of the strangest talents, such as turning on the afterburners and absolutely burning people with a try. He can also ride the unicycle and shoot threes at the same time.
That's the thing, though. He can only shoot threes while he's riding a unicycle. I don't know about while he's off the unicycle.
Yeah, no. He's also quite nice inside the lion costume at basketball games, getting people nice and, pumped up.
Throwing
and then
candy.
The little Paris children also like to pull off his tail
The old Cahill boys. Well, actually, they're not old, they're young, but you get what I mean. Drop kick. Getting ready. If they kick it back to Lewis Dittman. Oh, no, they don't. It's nice and high. Seamus Hanlon underneath it. Bounces it backwards. Connor Hanlon picks it up. And Lost will get the penalty for the high tackle. Saw that one from a million miles away. Now Connor Hanlon looks like he'll try and go for the kick to touch. Wind is against him, so it's gonna be he's gonna have to put some more oomph under it.
And he definitely puts the oomph. Sends it into a tree.
To a tree.
He's good at that. I think I remember him kicking quite often into trees.
Yes, that was the Salute tournament. There was a tree right behind the goal posts, and yeah, he liked putting into those trees quite a bit. One actually did get stuck up there, probably like 20 or so feet up. I don't know if they wanted to go get that at the moment. Seamus Hanlon throwing again. Wind with him. They call it whatever that play is called and gets Gerard Nienaber, offloads it. But it's stolen. Banks puts out a stiff arm and he drops it forward. And it's picked up by Lewis Dittman, the Superman. Finds a hole down the middle, tries to do a grubber. And it looks like the Chicago Lions are playing football at the moment. But now Marcelo Fed picks it up. Offload to Lewis Dittman. Lewis Dittman to Eamon Martin, the man with one hand, and he's doing pretty good for one hand. Solid Cruz offloads to Nienaber. Nienaber tackled into touch. We'll see what the serve will call. Because there's a lot of
looks like there was a penalty.
Penalty for, yes, the push. Fitzpatrick on the outside. Just the entire field. Gets picked up by Martinez. A good drive there. And so he'll offload to Connor Hanlon, and Salette loses quite a few yards. But they're back underneath it. Seamus Hanlon down the sideline. Seamus Hanlon comes back inside, breaks a tackle, and puts one down for his first try. Today is a day of firsts, ladies and gentlemen. Seamus Hanlon and Gabe Stack both having their first tries today. Some brilliant performance.
Yeah, he's not called Moose for nothing. He's a big boy. You don't want to get in front of him. He's also a pretty fun guy, so it's kind of strange that he sat somebody down. It's not really in his personality to be so cruel to the other team as to score in their faces, if you know what I mean.
I wouldn't really call that cruel. I just call that just another day in the life.
Business is business.
Just another day in the office, you know. Also, we'd like to say, because we don't have a game on Sunday, so we might as well say it today, Happy Mother's Day to all the Lost Salette moms and Chicago Lions moms who may be watching, or any other families who may be watching. So Happy Mother's Day from all the Lost Salette students. And yes, hopefully may your sons call on Mother's Day. That is, it's supposed to be a good omen. Yes.
And Mrs. Hanlon, if you're listening to this, Connor did say that if he scored an 8th conversion, that it would be dedicated to you, along with all the other conversions. So just saying, that one was for you, and he did make it.
Did he actually say that?
No, but I thought it would sound really cool.
Shouldn't have asked. All right. Yeah, score is 56. Does that say 56? The scoreboard is kind of weird.
I believe it is 56-5.
56-5. Confirmed by Ian Fahey, our technician, because Thomas Staffke is at a wedding.
Yeah, I got to say Fahey's doing a pretty good job. And Liam Bentz, the varsity captain, is helping out with filming.
Hilton will receive the kick that Connor punted back. Charles Paler hangs on. Helped out by his fellow KC brother, Gerard Nienaber. And the ball is knocked on there by Washington. His name is Kennedy Washington. Quite the name there.
Yeah, I wonder what his parents were thinking of. I imagine the presidents. Actually, I knew a guy that's name was John Paul George.
John Paul George? Like...
I'm pretty sure they were talking about the Beatles. You know,
You sure?
John Paul, George, and Ringo. You know, Fab Four.
I have no idea what that is. All I can think is John Paul, like Pope John Paul II, and Paul George, like the basketball player. I don't know, 2 in 1.
It's quite the combination. Anyways, we keep the scrum. Solid Cruz waits, fields it out to Gabe Staffke.
Fitzpatrick cuts inside, gets it to Sam Betts. Sam Betts looking to do some cooking. Oh, he wasn't really able to get some ankles that time. But Chicago will steal the ball. So there's no one really there for the offload. Sam is just too fast for everybody else. Washington walks over a couple guys. Kenny Simmons with the tackle, though. Henry Dittman in. Henry Dittman, second tackle of the season. He hasn't really been playing very much. I think he's only played 1 game, and he only played the last little bit of it. So Henry Dittman starting from 0, but he's working his way up now. And there'll be a knock on there from Hilton. Lost a light scrum.
And now the scoreboard doesn't lie, but so the Salette Lions are definitely doing an excellent job this game. But I think the one thing they could probably improve on is the speed with which they ruck and they support the ball carrier when he cuts the ground. Seems like we've been losing the ball a little bit in the ruck just because we're not there quite fast enough. And then even if we are there a little bit faster, then at the offload or when the ball carrier releases the ball, I don't know how, it's just the other team always seems to grab it. Anyways, it'll be the 13th scrum.
Oof.
La Salette.
Oof. Almost reminds me of the Arlington game when we had 26 and it was a rainy day. Arlington on the seaside. It's quite a lot of scrums, and thankfully we had a nice ref. And Willie Fitzpatrick down the field yet again. He puts one down right on the outside of the hope sign and Signum thing. William Fitzpatrick, though, goes for his 10th try, hits double digits today. Yes, it is a glorious day for multiple different people, and he puts up the score 61-5.
Yep, it'll finally be a semi-difficult kick for Connor Hanlon. The wind is now against him as he attempts to send the ball through the uprights for his conversion.
Gets the water from Tobias Sequilin.
Hydration is always important.
Now there have been multiple people who have played it not in every game. There's only been 3 people who have actually played in every single game this season. Tobias Sequilin has played in all the 11 up to this. This is the first time he hasn't been playing. He's probably just getting a rest. And Connor Hanlon's played all 11 too, and he's going on 12 today. And also, William Fitzpatrick, this is his 12th game. So quite a few games from Connor Hanlon and William Fitzpatrick. And then Tobias Sequilin has also played all 11 games up to this one. I hopefully we get to see him subbing in soon, along with the other players.
Yep, and in case you missed it, that conversion was good, putting the score at 63-5.
Fitzpatrick ducks under a tackle, sidesteps another. Can't really escape the arms of Kennedy Watt. Sorry, wrong player. Parker. Gerard Neighbor. Race a tackle. Washington's back for revenge for that clear. Wyatt Herman with a nice strong ruck over. Thinking that to the back. Staffke cuts inside. Gets stopped. Tackled down by the 8-man, Harris. Kenny Simmons cuts inside. Hilton and Harris back for the tackle.
It's a little bit pancaked by the 8.
Also with some good rucking now. I guess they're realizing that they need to ruck faster, and now they're getting there. Staffke gives that to Sam Betts. Sam Betts tackled down him, and Martin rucking over alongside with Connor Hanlon. Give the Charles Prather. Pops the pass off to William Fitzpatrick. Finds a hole. Drops the ball. And another knock on Malachi Martin. Puts another knock on check. And we have 14 14. 14 scrums, not just 14 knocks, 14 scrums, yes.
Yeah, since one of those scrums was because of a not straight line out, and one of the scrums was...
2 of them were
Yeah.
for forward passes.
Yep. That will be 11 knock-ons so far this game. Not all lost led, of course.
Mamma mia, that's a lot of knock-ons. Oh, there was also that scrum for the 50-meter scrum. That was when it was kicked out of bounds. So it's only 10 knock-ons.
Only 10.
But that's okay. As long as we win, that's okay. And the sun is showing her face on this dark Chicago place. And I was a poet, and I didn't even know it. A lot of Chicago Lions win their scrum. Pass it out to Hilton. Hilton cuts inside, and Salette Cruz is able to get the tackle. Lewis Dittman tackles down Payne. Looks like Lossless steals it. And looks like another knock on there. And there'll be yet another scrum. Sad violin music playing in the background as all the fours go back yet again to scrummage. And looks like we have Gerard Nienaber playing hooker. Now, Gerard played hooker, I think, once in his life before this. I don't know if he has done it since his freshman year, but I think he did it once his freshman year. Well, I guess we'll see how he does here. Hopefully he doesn't let the nerves go on. He goes for a steal, can't really get it. Martinez gets it out to Hilton, to Hodges. Now they pass it out to, was having a nice tackle there from Gabe Staffke and Lewis Dittman. Here's Washington. Got some speed for a big man. And a good tackle from Lewis Dittman and others. Hodges passes it out, gets knocked on, and the ball's up, and looks like there'll be yet another scrum. Another one for the record books. And a sub coming in for Chicago Lions. Tim Harris is going out, and coming in is I don't know who yet. I think it's number 22, Robert Coleman. Scrum Gerard Nienaber will hook it back. Salette Cruz gets it. Gets it to Staffke. To Fitzpatrick. To Hanlon. Connor Hanlon finds another hole. And tackled down by Hodges. Lastly gives it to Charles Prather. And a good tackle for number 13, Brayboy. Seamus Hanlon, Peter Baperone, tackled out by number 23, Mackay Smith. His nickname is Wiz, according to the roster sheet.
Yeah, quite a couple of these guys have some interesting preferred names.
For example, number 12, Hilton, we've been seeing quite a bit. His name is Javion Hilton. His nickname is Crunch.
Yeah, let's not. Anyways, another scrum to La Salette.
Salette Cruz, El Mexicano. Puts the ball in. I don't know if that was correct grammar or whatever. A nice little switch there to Fitzpatrick. Decides to take the other route. Bit long to Gabe. Hopefully he doesn't call a knock on to Connor Hanlon will recover it. To Fitzpatrick, now there's just confusion and delay. Now they get it out to Gabe Staffke. That's a Marcelo Fev. Comes back. Ooh, man. A nice a broken tackle there, Marcel Lefebvre. Offload, Pierre Baperon. And there'll be yet another knock on.
There's been 18 scrums, 10 of which have gone to the Chicago Lions. Oh,
There's
dear.
about 10 minutes left, so that's 10 more minutes to hit 30. Now, we do not want that to happen. We want the best for our players and for the other team. So we're going to be nice and say we do not want 30, and we do not want 30.
No, this is definitely mind-numbing, just scrum after scrum. We like to see the open play and the open tackles.
And here they go. They pass it back out. Spin move from Crunch. Nice tackle there from Gabe Staffke and Salo Cruz. Get out to Hodges. Kicks it. Into touch. Lost let line out. Was going to go for the quick throw, but said no.
Moose will throw yet another line out. And this time I promise it's true. Seamus did declare to me before the game that every lineout that he'd throw would be dedicated to his dear mother, Mrs. Hanlon. And this is true, cross my heart and hope to die and all that jazz.
I'm not going to ask. All right. Seamus Hanlon throws the line out in a bit long. Henry Dittman going to get a hand on it. William Patrick will get it, gets it to Lewis Dittman, the Superman. Offload to Marcel Lefebvre. Comes back inside. It's a little cut thing that he likes doing. Watches a lot of Chesley Colby and James Lowe. Kenny Simmons was brought down by Parker. Ball's back out. Marcelo, too many people in my mind. Sam Betts. Sam Betts for the try. Cut inside. And he couldn't really, number 14, Jamarcus Lofton, couldn't really get a hold on him.
Yep, that'll be Sam Betts' second try of the game.
Second try of the game. Fourth in the season. And next time, if you see all those white jerseys in the background, that is the JV team. The next game will be JV.
Yep, they're really hitting that bag hard, getting ready to smash some Chicago Lion. Anyways, the score is now 68-5. Connor has the hardest kick yet for the conversion. Farthest out, he's really putting the calculations in now. He's ready.
All that high-tech machinery up there.
He throws some turf into the air to determine which way the wind is blowing. He sends it.
Just missed it. There goes that perfect record, but it was close.
9 for 10. If my calculations aren't wrong,
58%. 90%.
Are you sure?
No.
The first one sounded cooler. 58, you know, sounds like a lot more.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, it is 90% for this one game.
Very good, very good.
All sauce, no ketchup.
Nothing but sauce. Hodges back up, ready to do his 10th drop kick into the lost, actually 11th, because he had to do it at the beginning of the second half. So he's looking for his 11th kick. Probably to Lewis Dittman, as the last ones have been.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just the position on the field, but it seems like every time they kick, unless they do some like, you know, a special high kick, it usually always goes to Lewis Dittman, which is definitely very helpful for us.
And they're going to go for the drop kick. Well, they have no other choice, but they're going to go for the drop kick. This one's pretty far, pretty deep. And Connor Hanlon will touch it down. If you let it go out the back, I believe that'd be a scrum 50 or a 22 drop. but Connor Hanlon puts it down, so there'll be a. Oh yeah, those probably the same thing. Looks like there'll be a scrum. 50.
Yep.
Yeah, scrum 50.
And it'll be yet another scrum going for 19. What's interesting is that both Lion teams have had very many scrums, and we've never lost any scrums, and they've never lost any scrums. So neither team has stolen the other team's scrum.
So good hooking from both teams.
Yeah, we've actually seen some pretty decent scrums, and maybe a little bit high, but definitely good pressure. Anyways, once again, we keep the ball.
Gabe Safke to Fitzpatrick to Connor Hanlon. Cuts back inside. Gets tackled down, but not without a fight. Charles Prather to draw Neenaber. Throws out a stiff arm. And not brought down without haste by Townsend. Here's Fitzpatrick. Kind of a high tackle there. Number 22, Coleman. And the serve will call it. Now we'll discuss what to do with the remaining 4 minutes. Or is that a 68? Or is that a 66?
I believe the scoreboard on the field says 66 minutes.
All right. And the serve will call the touch. It looks like Hodges trying to save it back into the field. There's nobody really there. This serve will just call it in touch because nothing like that really happens. So never know really what to do. He probably knows what to do. So they're gonna go into touch. Seamus Howell gets to throw a line up at around the 5-meter line. Actually, no, directly on the 5-meter line. Eamon Martin coming in to the line. Seamus throws a bit of a
wonky throw.
Not straight. And there will be yet another scrum for Chicago.
Yes, it'll be for Chicago. It'll be the 20th scrum. That's got to be some kind of record. Well, maybe we can, shake things up a little bit. Maybe we'll steal this scrum. Just maybe kill a little bit of the monotony of the scrum. They set. They feed the ball in. And the Chicago Lions retain possession.
Hodges knocks it on right in front of the try zone. That's a very bad place to knock it, right on the try line. But I believe if it's right on the try line, the scrum goes to the 5-meter line.
Yep. Has to be within the scrum area on the field.
Aiden Martin playing 8-man, and everyone's calling for an 8-man pick for Aiden Martin. He does only have one hand right now.
All right, you guessed it. It's the 21st scrum for the Salette Lions. They crouch, they bind, they set. Solo rolls it in.
Eamon Martin goes to punch one in. Who is that? And he gets it. Eamon Martin with the 8-man pick. One hand. Puts one down for a try. First round KO, Eamon Martin.
I believe that one will go down in history as the lobster claw try.
The lobster claw try.
I mean, that's pretty epic. That guy with one hand, 8-man pick, one hand, punches it in. That's pretty awesome.
And in basketball, we call that Eamon things. Things that are just superhuman that just happen, like defying physics, banking in buzzer-beating three-pointers from way downtown. And now he comes out in the rugby field and with one hand and beats everybody and scores a try. Just pure athleticism, pure aiming, pure aiming things. Now it looks like the Salette rugby team is trying to give Connor some kicking practice.
He sends it, and
That's all right outside the posts. But that's okay. Every little thing gonna be all right. And now they're bringing back up. And here's Hodges dropping kicking again. Looks like they're in a hurry because there's very little time, if no time at all. Here's Lewis Dittman, kicks it right back out. Lasso with the chase. Hodges again. Henry Dittman goes in for the tackle. Gets away with the high. Marcelo Fed clears it over. Eamon Martin again. One hand. He's getting caught up too by Coleman. He kind of slips. He only has one hand really, so he can't really do much and leaves a blue streak in the middle of the field. And that is the game. Salette Academy with a stunning victory, 73-5 against the Chicago Lions. And a good play here. We'd also like to thank Coach Clayton Miller of Chicago Lions for giving us the roster so we could say the other players on his team and for helping set us up on the rooftops. And just want to thank the coaching staff, of course, and thank you, Malachi Martin, for correcting my grammar and filling in for all the spots that I can go.
Yep, definitely, anytime. And definitely a great game, 73-5, like Elijah said. 82% kicking for Connor Hanlon, which is pretty crazy considering that there was, how many, 10 tries? 11 tries?
Yeah, quite a bit.
There's 11 tries, so that was pretty awesome. Anyways, the JV game is coming up in just a couple minutes, so I hope you join us for that. Until then, I'm Malachi Martin.
And I'm Elijah Hall. We'll see you later.